Okay, this is what I thought we would talk about today. So, one thing that I came away with this weekend, just one thing, because I haven't really had the brain power to process like a bunch of stuff yet. But just where I can like advocate for myself and where I can level up. And so, since this is a food call, I thought we would talk about where is one place in our nutrition that we could level up a little bit. I feel like I've been kind of not eating regular meals and like eating tortilla chips every night, which doesn't really bother me that much. Sorry, my dogs, of course, somebody's here. It doesn't really bother me that much, but when I'm not eating solid meals and I'm just eating tortilla chips just to eat tortilla chips, that is kind of what I want to level up on. And so even if it's not a level up in terms of like a weight loss season, but maybe it's level up in terms of like fueling our bodies better or, choosing our treats more selectively and not just eating crap. No matter where it is, like I'm going to start the challenge. I don't know if you ladies are going to do the challenge tomorrow. I think it starts, right? The 22nd. And that is just to get me to be way more conscious and level up on feeding myself, fueling myself, and putting better things into my body throughout the day so that I'm not snacking on things at night. So I'm going to open it up and let's talk about it.
My leveling up needs to happen on the weekends.
Mm-hmm. Tell me what your weekends are like.
I don't have as much of a routine. So my weekday, I'm up at a certain time because I got to get the kids out. I got to log in for work. So at a certain time, I automatically have my breakfast and my lunch is at a certain time. There's none of that necessary on the weekends. I might sleep in. So I'm not cooking breakfast at 8 o'clock on a Saturday if I don't have to get up.
Yeah.
And I sleep in and then it's time to go run errands. So that means I probably will just skip breakfast.
Mm-hmm.
And then if I'm back home, I'll eat what's available, but it's really likely that everything I've cooked for the week has been devoured by Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
So now you have to choose, are we going to cook again or are we going to go get something out? Like that's the weekend.
Mm-hmm.
So Sunday better because Sundays I usually cook something, but it's the weekends for me.
And what if your weekend was leveled up, what would that look like to you?
It would look like at a minimum, making sure if I don't do breakfast, that I have lunch available to that is Fitme. Or don't plan to get up right as it's time to leave. Go make a quick breakfast.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Tell me a quick breakfast idea.
Well, I mean, tomorrow I'm literally going to heat up some rice and cook some eggs. My Brussels sprouts are done.
Yeah.
So it take me less than 5 minutes. So there really is no reason other than I just don't allow 5 minutes to eat it. I'm probably in my conscious planning to go get some shit out in the streets.
Some shit out in the streets. Hysterical. Yeah, I totally get it because on the weekend, I feel like I'm a little bit more rebellious just because I do sleep in and I'm like, eat breakfast. And then maybe lunch is late or maybe lunch is snacking again. And so I am the same way. And you're right. It only takes 5 minutes to make eggs. Like seriously, it's just about making it a priority and deciding that that's what you're going to do, right? That's what it is. It's just the deciding that, you know what, I am just going to do it.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
Yeah. And then playing out how the rest of your day unfolds. And that usually tells us like, yeah, I'm going to do that again versus like, shit, I didn't eat breakfast again. I spiraled or whatever. Now I'm eating chocolate cake and, burger and fries all day long.
Cake factory with some cheesecake.
I'm the same way, Natika, that my weekends are definitely where I unravel because I have the mindset of, I guess, my former part of your life that the weekends are for fun and indulgence.
Mhm.
So I see that time as to have a treat or indulge in getting takeout or, getting something that I didn't cook or it's just not a time to cook dinner, and to use that as a gift to myself. So that's why I get derailed in the weekends as well. And what I started doing with my coach is doing like a midweek meal prep. So I don't cook as much on Sunday. Um, so that way it forces me to do kind of like a Wednesday meal prep, and that'll start Wednesday or Thursday, and that'll leave me with food for the weekend or Saturday at least. So that's helped in a lot of instances to eliminate that, but I still have to, as they say, calm the voice in my head and say, oh, it's Friday night. It's supposed to have wings and beer. It's Friday night. It's supposed to have pizza. It's Saturday. Let's go have, dinner on the water and the appetizers and the dessert and, all the things. So it can go left very quickly. Like I'm usually pretty, to me, just like pretty, on point for the week, but I'm easily swayed on that Saturday, Sunday. Like I was like, you want to go get pizza? Yes. Like you don't even have to.
Not even thought, no thought process about
It's
it.
not really like a thought or well, maybe I should. The willpower goes right downhill.
Well, and another thing, kind of going back to like an old Fitme like tool, is doing the chunk method on the weekends. Like, you have your meal on Friday, your 3 meals on Saturday, and then your 3 meals on Sunday. Let's just loosely say that. So you have 7 meals. Choosing 2 of those meals as kind of like within reason, portion control, an indulgent meal versus like all weekend of it. And then it doesn't feel quite so strict. And then you get to kind of choose like, what meal do I like to indulge in? Like me, I don't care about breakfast. I just want I want a nice clean breakfast, right? And so breakfast isn't my indulgent meal. And so that I would probably have a Fit Me plate. Dinner is most likely my indulgent meal on the weekends, or whether it be wine or whatever. And thinking about, allowing yourself space for that, but not so much space that, you're not reaching your goals. But still allowing yourself space for that, because I truly think that we can still enjoy some things and reach our goals. It's totally possible, as long as we're really mindful, we practice portion control, and also just practicing saying no. Like we just have to practice that. It's one of those things. And if we are feeding ourselves well throughout the days and not eating, like having breakfast and lunch, then it's easier to keep that indulgent meal within a portion, a reasonable portion size versus like going off the chain. Just a thought. I mean, I do the same thing. My weekends, I tend to eat less. It's kind of it's my night times. That's my whole problem. It's where I need to level up is I need to eat more throughout the day so that my night times aren't like damn dogs. How's the water intake on the weekends with no schedule?
It depends.
Mm-hmm.
My water intake is actually pretty consistent because I'm always thirsty. Like if I'm not getting my water, I feel thirsty. So my water intake is okay, especially since I don't drink sodas and stuff like that. But I also find myself wanting an iced coffee on the weekends. I don't want it all week, but on Saturday, let's go get us an iced coffee. I don't need the energy. I don't need the calories. Thirsty.
What kind of iced coffee?
I just like a Dunkin' Donuts iced coffee with some caramel. That's
I've
it.
I've
Sugar,
never
no.
had Dunkin' Donuts. Is that like a high calorie thing?
The only fat is probably the caramel, but after coming back from Washington and seeing how serious they are about their coffee, I'm like, yeah, I guess I'm done with the coffee in this area because it has never taken 5 minutes to make a coffee at Dunkin'. That shit's already in a pot where pre-stirred, mixed. I'm like,
Yeah,
this
we
coffee now. Now that I've been there, like this is some bullshit they got going on here.
yeah,
I know
it
Lauren
was
keeps
pretty
saying,
funny.
what are those shack things that are all over this place? I didn't see that many. I'm like, do you mean drive-through coffee that's on every single corner on the West Coast? Bizarre to me. And let's go back to this iced coffee for a second. There's no reason why you can't have an iced coffee once a week. Literally, there is no reason why you can't have that. It's just thinking like, is this going to be my like one thing I'm having this weekend? You know what I mean? And so that's where you have to kind of prioritize if you're wanting to change your weekends. Because I think, you know, I don't think we can celebrate every weekend, but I do think weekends are for relaxing and recharging, right? We do a lot during the weeks. We have kids, we work, we blah, blah, we're working out. We've got this busy schedule. And so it's okay to like chill out, relax, and like do whatever you want to a little bit. I think we have to have that in our lives, especially when we're going through this process, else we will be like, screw it, we're over it, done, rigid. And so just being mindful on your weekends and having food prepared, taking the 5 minutes, doing a mini prep during the week so that you can have your one thing and it doesn't spiral you out because you have something else really accessibly ready for you. Because I think that that's important too. And it goes along with that thing with when I'm home, I think I could cook anything in the world, but actually I don't want to. And so having something prepared, at least for lunch on the weekends, I think is important.
Yeah, we like people said, I think they do a lot of errands. So and then we have the boys and take them to the park. And what we started doing was carrying, our water bottles with us everywhere we go. Just so that way I have no excuse over in the car. I got a water bottle. If we went out, we'll maybe bring the extra couple bottles with us. The boys have their water bottles, so we're just trying to, practice to have it, all the way around. I will say that just having a plan has helped. Like at work, I have a water bottle that I keep there because there's a water cooler, of course. But I put it in the dishwasher and it melted today, so I'm a little bummed. And I know better. I didn't put it on the top rack, so a little $5 fine at Target.
DJ Maxx, check them out.
Listen, I don't really need another one. Like we have plenty. Like it was just really,
That was a blessing in disguise.
Yeah, it was like you really didn't need this one. It was it had to keep it the same, and it was perfect for work. So we have plenty, but there's always easily swayed to buy a new one.
Well, drinking our water too, because I don't know about you ladies, but on the weekend I get off on my water too, because usually when I go to the gym at 5 a.m., I don't leave. I don't allow myself to walk into the house until that is gone. And so it's already a huge jump on my day. And so when I'm sleeping in on the weekends till 7:30, 8 o'clock, this is not happening. And so I get off on my water, and sometimes I mistake thirst for like hunger. Like I need something. Oh, let me try a cookie. That wasn't it. Let me try a brownie. That wasn't it. Let me try a bite of ice cream. Oh shit, I'm thirsty.
Well,
I
it's
got to
good
go
to know
through
you're
all
human
these
with it.
things before I
It's good
realize
to know.
Right.
It's good to know we're not alone in that.
No. And that's how usually I know is when the food is not satisfying me. I'm like, oh, I'm actually really thirsty. But, sometimes I notice right away. And sometimes I'm like, 10 treats deep.
So you go to the gym at 5:30 every morning?
Yeah, that's crazy, right?
5 o'clock. I woke up at 4:30. I go 2 to 3 times a week.
I know someone like that.
I coach 2 days a week at 6 a.m. And so I just go to the 5 a.m. because I'm already going.
Oh, okay.
One thing I do with my water on the weekends is I won't allow myself to have a glass of wine at the end of my night unless I've finished my water for the day. Because,
Good.
like you said, Lee, if we start later, it takes me longer. I'll have my 120 on a work day done by 6. On a
Mhm.
it might be 9 o'clock, and I'm now trying to get that water down because
Yeah.
my day started later. I was way more distracted.
Mhm.
So I won't have a glass of wine, or my husband will be like, "You want a bubbly?" I might have a bubbly, but I usually try to get all of my water in before I'll indulge in any of that other stuff, except for the iced coffee.
That's good. That's good. I do think the water, kind of attributes to the food we choose.
Yeah, I don't. I usually indulge in that.
What?
Usually I get the party started a little earlier. The wine.
Leave you.
I'm so I just do better on the water. I'm not too bad on the water, but I definitely don't necessarily hit my mark, and I don't have a benefit type process with, okay, if you're going to do X, you have to do Y first, or if you're going to do Y, you got to do X first. I would say. So I think that's a good idea.
You're a kid
It
cackling.
is red wine.
You drink red wine?
Yes. So I feel it's not an F that for you.
Mhm.
In my head.
It's got redeeming qualities.
It's got antioxidants, right? It's got antioxidants and all that stuff.
No, Nicole, not the whole bottle.
Just one glass. That's all you get. One glass.
I have goblets that can fit like half a bottle. So technically, I'm only having 2
Her
glasses
glass
of wine.
So
Yeah.
let's talk about your weekend coming up, which tomorrow's Thursday already. So we need to start thinking about, like, are we going to do a chunk method? What are we going to have prepared at least for lunch? You're going to take that 5 minutes and make your eggs. Having a plan helps. We know this, that having a plan helps besides just winging it. It's when we wing it, it's like, whoa, like how obvious, if nothing changes, nothing changes. So I'm going to talk to you ladies next time I talk to you and be like, what'd you do different this weekend? Marlena, where are you?
What's going on? You're not the food coach.
Marlena had something with her kid tonight.
Oh, goodness. Nobody asked you to hold us accountable. What the hell?
I know, but hey,
Yeah.
Okay. Do you ladies want to talk about anything else?
Is honey and balsamic vinegar a fat?
No, carb. Because there's sugars.
Honey and balsamic.
Yep, there's sugars. I don't think balsamic has any. If they do, does that dog inside? Hold on. Oh, I think they have very little fat, if they have any. I would consider them carb.
Okay.
Caramel, on the other hand, if it's good caramel, does have fat because that's made of butter, right? Correcto?
Yeah,
You said caramel earlier, so
I'm sure.
I'm sure too. It's
Yeah.
good.
Okay.
And also making sure if you're having treats, like, make sure they're good.
Yeah.
Make sure they're good. Like,
Yeah, we were
don't be
disappointed
making
in our
box
treat.
brownies and just eating box brownies. If you're gonna make brownies, you're making some good brownies. And
Well, the
and
Ghirardelli chocolate box brownies are really good when you get like a good quality vanilla bean ice cream. You heat it up, like leave it
The
warm.
conversation it just
and you
went
get a
on.
vanilla.
there goes our weekend right there. Everything toast.
Right.
Oh gosh. Well, no, I'm not gonna. I don't even buy it because if I buy it, I'm gonna make it, and I somehow broke my kids in that they don't like brownies. I'm like, what 4 and 6-year-olds don't like brownies?
That's
wrong.
So it's
amazing.
not even fair. I think one of the things I do is that I do keep like boiled eggs like I'll boil like 12 eggs on the weekend, because my little guy likes them, and my hubby eats them throughout the week as his lunch. So that helps with the weekend kind of need, but I can definitely do better. Um, definitely do better with like the carbs. Um, I'm trying to get away from like the quinoa. You cook that so much. Like I'm like over the quinoa. So it was good. You meal prep this past weekend with the polenta. I never made it before. So I think I'm just want to incorporate that. And I like the fact you can do it like a cake as well, like a polenta cake.
That's what I'm gonna do. The next time I was just at the grocery store today, I'm like, and I got some and I'm like, I'm gonna do that. And I'm gonna put it in a pan and let it cool. And then I'm gonna maybe put some honey or maple syrup on top and put it in the air fryer and let it kind of get a little crispy. And I was thinking maybe I'd even like maybe brush it with butter or something just so that it would get that crisp on it. I was like, that sounds really good.
If you do it, make sure you post to let
I
us know.
will. I will.
Yeah, yeah. So it does have a little bit of a sweet essence, so you can definitely make it, you know, savory as well. Not savory, like a sweet savory. Like if you wanted to do, I want to do like a breakfast, like a fried green tomato with like an andouille sausage.
That does sound good.
And like some like maybe some green beans or maybe Brussels sprouts, you know, or like peppers and onions with the sausage. That would be good.
That would be good. That's actually a really great breakfast idea.
Yeah, yeah. I just love. I'll take any reason to make fried green tomatoes.
I know. I was just looking at our tomatoes and we're like, are they even going to ripen? Because tomatoes kind of ripen once you turn water off of them. Then they kind of like get into their ripe stage. And we're like, okay, we're trying to turn the water. Like maybe our tomatoes are our best this year. But I saw how many green tomatoes were on there. And I'm like, I'm going to maybe even pickle some of those.
Ooh, yeah. That would be good.
Okay, ladies, start thinking about your plan because the weekend's coming.
Yep.
Yep. Okay, I'm going to check in with you.
Thanks.
Uh-oh.
Chunk method, be prepared, have a plan, choose your treats. You know, we're leveling up. We are being more aware of what we're doing.
Got it. It's doable.
Totally doable. Totally doable.
We got this.
All right. Good night, ladies.
See ya.
Good night. Take care. Thanks, Sophia.